Some of our most experienced drivers have gone back to school as part of a new program aimed at helping people drive safer and longer into their twilight years. 9's Sonia Marinelli has the story.
Older drivers represent the fastest growing segment of the Australian driving population and are sadly overrepresented in the crash and fatality statistics. But getting older doesn't necessarily mean giving up your licence and the independence and lifestyle that goes along with it. Volunteers from the Neighbourhood Watch organisation are leading by example, today taking part in a driver safety program targeted to those over 50.
As you age, your physical skills, your physical strength, your cognitive ability diminishes.
But what exactly is classified as an older driver? Well, it's no longer the domain for those in their 70s and 80s. These days, it's not so much about your physical age, but rather your physical and mental ability, which can decline in your early 50s.
I know that nighttime driving is becoming more of a problem, so I limit that as much as I can.
It's alerting you to the fact that your abilities are changing just like your age, and you've got to drive appropriately.
For those taking part in today's program, not only will it help them to refresh their skills, but for decades to come, these volunteers can stay connected with our community.
Senior police have thrown their support behind a program teaching older drivers how to be safer on the road and to help them decide when to hand in their licence. It comes after a spate of crashes involving elderly drivers. Sonia Marinelli went along.
They're among the fastest growing segment of our driving population. But sadly, older drivers are also overrepresented in the crash and fatality statistics. 75-year-old Bruce Ripper adjusts his driving behaviour accordingly.
It's alerting you to the fact that your abilities are changing just like your age. And you've got to drive appropriately.
Volunteers from Neighbourhood Watch today leading the way, undertaking a tailored driving training course designed for those over 50.
What we're doing is giving people information so that they can make their own decisions, an informed choice on whether they need to address certain aspects of their driving or whether they need to consider it's time to give the car away.
It's a move supported by Victoria Police.
We encourage our older road users to be conscious of their skills, their ability to drive a motor car and how they diminish with age.
I know that nighttime driving is becoming more of a problem, so I limit that as much as I can.
So who exactly is classified as an older driver? Well, these days it's not so much about your age, but rather your physical and mental capacity, which can go into decline as early as your 50s.
Traditionally, a 75-year-old was called an older driver. Now we're saying, well, maybe it's a little bit earlier than that.
Encouraged by what they've learnt, many of these students have no plans to hang up their keys.
I'd like to think I could drive until I'm 90, yeah.
Sonia Marinelli, 9 News.